I've been happy.
A total of 18 people.
Down. Hey, shoot like motherfucker, down.
One of the guns used was a rifle.
Need more ambulance out here. We don't have.
Chicago. The L roars overhead, but it can't drown out the silence on the block right now. 2025 was bogus. Merch it. You locked in with Hood Edition. A lot of untouchables got touched this year, unfortunately. It's crazy. You spend your whole life building a name, stacking motion, and ruling the low, just to have some mid-nobody crash out for a minute of fame. July 2nd, 2025, 11 Bells, River North. Usually up top is where you go to dodge the heat, but on this night, the trenches parked right on the curb at Artist Lounge. It was wall to wall for Mellow Bucks, the first lady of NLMB. She was celebrating that Hollywood drop, bringing 79th and Essex energy to a block that wasn't built for it. NLMB, No Limit Muskegon boys. They renegades. They name heavy, but it brings static from every op in the city. Outside, the energy was bogus. A tinted whip was window shopping, circling the low to see who was lacking. When that wheel came back around, it wasn't for no conversation. The hardware started barking, rifles and switches turning a celebration into a mass scone in a heartbeat. 18 people caught that lead rain. 4 lives were cut short. First, Leon Andrew Henry, LPZ, born into a war zone, son of Chico, little brother of No Limit Rock. A legacy written in lead, ended with a headshot at 25. His mama has now buried 2 sons and a husband, 13 years apart. That ain't just bogus, that's soul crushing. Right beside him was Devontae Terrell Williamson, Vontae, Mello's Rock. He caught it heavy in the chest and his frequency cut out at Stroger Hospital. On Phono, Vontae was only weeks away from seeing his baby girl turn 3. Instead of a birthday cake, his family got a casket. We can't forget Ivy and Tay, Mello's best friends. Just 2 sisters there for the vibes, caught in a crossfire that had nothing to do with them. Even Doo-Wop caught a missile to the leg, Glow Gang royalty. Lucky to be walking, cause 4 inches higher and this game over. The streets say this was pocket time catching the get back for Spook. Eye for an eye, party for a party. On Phono, the concrete keeps every name we lost, but the wind don't ever whisper back. May 10th, 2025, 1:20 a.m., Edgewater. Usually, you slide to Edgewater to find some peace, but on this night, the war caught up to the old. Rashawn Vance, better known as Munna Duke, and Darrell Givens, known as Youngin, were posting up at Pork Chop BBQ on Broadway. They were out catching vibes for a little birthday celebration with some others from Parkway, feeling like they were in a safe zone. But in Iraq, safety is a ghost. Munna Duke wasn't just another face. He was a day one legendary figure. When the feds brought that massive RICO for the hit on FBG Duck, Duke was right there in the paperwork as Individual B, a top-tier leader. He was tight with KingVon since they were knee-high. As they were leaving the spot, a tinted whip pulled up and some strikers jumped out, looking to score.
But the shooting happened at this place called Pork Chop right here on...
They started barking with high-powered hardware, dumping over 50 in a heartbeat. Duke caught a heavy one to his chest, and his frequency cut out at Weiss Memorial. Youngin caught it multiple times and went lights out at St. Francis. 2 pillars of Parkway Gardens, deleted from the map. Police,
They've made no arrests.
they got 0 suspects, but the streets are talking heavy. J Main saying they got backdoors.
It had to be a back door. On phone, if you coming out of bar, how somebody just gonna know you coming out the bar right when you coming out the bar? I don't care if they like, yeah, so and so in there. They say soon Duke and them left out the bar, that's when they out, they say, come up, pop, 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 pop. It hit different, bro. Like, how and I just came out this box if ain't nobody backed up me, bro. Like, that's.
But others say Duck's arm is long, and this was a get back for what happened downtown back in 2020. Once you realize how long that GD reach is, you realize it's bigger than just 63rd. Duke was trying to fall back, but the streets don't let you retire. On Phonem, the rack don't care how legendary you are. It just keeps collecting souls. R.I.P. to Munna Duke and Youngin. Parkway legends forever etched in the concrete. February 2nd, 2025, 6:11 a.m., the Walden Parkway block. Most people are still sleeping at 6 in the morning, but inside a crib on the south side, the energy turned bogus. Arguments inside the house took a wrong turn, and before anyone could blink, the hardware started barking. Jamal Vaughn, Milo, was scooned multiple times. He was rushed to Christ Medical, but at only 20 years old, his frequency cut out. Milo was a high-profile name from Taquan World, also known as Gusto Gang. Now look, for them who don't know the history, Taquan World is a mix of GDs and Stone from West Woodlawn. It started after a 13-year-old named Taquan was taken, and since then, they've been one of the most active sets in the rack. They had big war with Melly, 800, and O Block. The streets say TW has been putting in heavy work, low-key up on the score against some of the biggest names. Milo himself was caught on camera disrespecting the ops, walking into a restaurant asking for a chino burger and some old fries. He was active, merchant.
Y'all got some chino burgers?
Y'all got OD fries?
Y'all got no OD fries?
Y'all got none of that?
Y'all got no OD fries? Alright, no OD fries?
Yeah, no O
No O fries? I ain't got no O fries. I'll tell you, hold on, I'm out here. Hold on.
Y'all got no O fries?
I ain't got no O fries over here.
The streets don't give you time to grieve. Only 24 hours after Milo was taken, his little brother, TW, Lil G, was spotted in a high-speed chase with the law. 130 was on his tail as he tore through the city, looking to crash out.
Yeah, I say this coming from his little brother on Jerk. Laugh now, cry later on tape.
The streets say Lil G wasn't just running, he was on his way to slide. He was looking for get back for his blood, trying to even the score before his brother was even in the ground.
People who were there, I want to emphasize this, that several times during this dispatch, they talked about a half dozen rifles being in this vehicle. So these people may be armed, and this could end up in a dangerous situation. Anybody?
Here's the part that's soul crushing. Only months ago, Milo did an interview talking about how he wanted to buy his mama a house, how he wanted to leave the trenches behind and make it out. Instead of a new crib for his mama, she's looking at a casket for his son. On Phonem, 20 years old is too young to be a memory. R.I.P. to Milo, another soldier claimed by the South Side. March 23rd, 2025, broad daylight, 47th and Evans. Usually, when the sun is out, people feel a little safer. But in the rack, the sun just makes it easier for the shooters to see the target. Shalom Johnson, known to the city as Big Mex, was a major face card from Pocket Town. He was belt gang royalty, a respected name with a lot of weight on his shoulders. On this afternoon, he was in THF territory, allegedly visiting his pregnant girlfriend. But some say he was waiting to make a play, communicating with someone in a dark silver SUV. He was blindly aware of the ambush that was already in motion. As he was talking to the whip, 3 strikers ran up from the blind side. They started Swiss cheese in the vehicle, hardware barking with buttons, dumping lead like it was nothing. Mex caught it heavy and fell, but the shooters weren't done. Video shows them running to their getaway car, but then they rolled back. One of them hopped out, stood over Mex, and let it rip one last time to make sure he was out of there. 13 times, in front of the neighborhood kids, leaving the shorties traumatized for life. The most soul-crushing part? After the smoke cleared, you can see his pregnant baby mama running to him, screaming for help, weeping over his body. That shit is sad as hell, gang.
Surveillance video from a nearby building we've blurred out of respect for the victim's family shows 3 suspects in an ambush-style attack as one runs back to the nearby alley to approach the victim and continue firing.
And my 13-year-old came and like, Mom, I just seen a guy get in a car in the alley with a ski mask on and a gun.
About 15 seconds after the suspects run away, an SUV emerges from the alleyway. One person jumps out and fires 2 more shots at the victim on the ground.
We started hearing the shots again, so I'm like, get down.
The streets is whispering back door, saying he didn't think about where he was at or that he was set up by someone he thought was solid. Whether it was a slide from THF or an internal play, Pocket Town lost a legend that day. Rest up, Big Max. June 28th, 2025, 63rd and Drexel. In the wreck, some spots are no-go zones for a reason, and even a legend can get rocked to sleep if he's too comfortable in the low. Rail, a high-level face card and a veteran from Gyro City, was posted up at a gas station on 63rd. Now, Gyro is belt gang royalty, deep roots in the culture started by Larry Hoover. But on this night, Rail was deep in TYMB territory. For sure, 63rd is everybody's block, but that station, that's an ops stronghold. And it wasn't alone. He had his little shorty with him. While they were inside, 2 strikers hopped out a whip and didn't care about no witnesses. They walked in and let the hardware bark, Swiss cheese in the scene with buttons and high-capacity lead. Rail caught it heavy, scooned right there in front of his own blood. He was rushed to the hospital, but his frequency cut out before the sun could even set. But the part that has the whole city sick, when the law pulled up, they found his little son, just a shorty, standing there with his father's blood all over his clothes. It's the same nightmare we saw with TP from THF, a father deleted while his seed watches. Merchant, that's a trauma that never leaves the DNA.
Breaking news. Right now, Chicago police are searching for 2 shooters behind a deadly ambush inside a business here on the south side. A 31-year-old man was killed, 2 other men were shot but survived, and a 6-year-old boy was hurt by shattered glass. Police tell us the victims were inside the business on 63rd and Woodlawn this afternoon when a pair of armed men walked in and just started shooting.
The streets are talking loud, saying this was a major get-back for Duke and Youngin. When a big body like Rail gets taken, you know the scorekeepers are looking for balance. Some say TYMB did the walk down, but the youngins from OTV and 800 been quiet. And you know what they say, the quietest ones usually held the wheel. On Phonem, it's one thing to lose your life to the pavement, it's another to leave your shorty wearing the stains of the wall. Rest up, Rail, a prayer for that little boy. August 10th, 2025, 5:21 a.m., the 66th and Cottage Grove block. Man, 5 a.m. is the witching hour. If you ain't lacing up for a 9 to 5, there ain't no reason to be posted in the low. Nothing good ever comes from the dawn in Woodlawn. Dominique Hogan, better known as Domo, was standing near an alley when the energy shifted. Domo wasn't just a name, he was a legendary face card from 600. We talking about an original member, back from the Brick City days, before the war even had a name. This was royalty, the brother of D-Thang, M-Thang, and Trigger. He'd survived the streets for 34 years, survived being shot before, but the rack is a game where you only gotta lose once. On this morning, he was deep in Trap City territory. For sure, those are the ops. A striker approached him in that alley, produced the hardware, and just started dumping. Domo caught multiple missiles to the chest, abdomen, and head, schooned right there on the pavement. Tay 600 even hopped on the net later, breaking down how that day went and how heavy it hit the set. You can see the pain in the footage. It's the end of an era.
Trigger called me on BD. I get on the phone with folks. He tell me, like, "Folks, they killed Damo, folks." I'm like, "Folks, where you at, folks?" He like, "I'm out here right now, folks." Folks' body still out here. Man, you, Damo got killed at 5:30 in the morning, folks. His body was still out there till 10 o'clock. Folks' body was still out there at 10 o'clock. Man, you, he got killed 3 blocks away from a police station, folks. He got killed on 67th and Cottage. It's a police station on 71st and Cottage. I know this, folks, because that's the police station for my hood. That's the 3rd District Police Station, folks. And they used to be on our ass every day, all day, bothering us about everything else. But a motherfucker died 3 blocks away from y'all precinct, and folks' body out there for 5 hours, folks. That shit blew me, folks. And when I pulled up, folks, it wasn't even 10, it wasn't even 9. It was probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I pulled up, folks. All the guys there, folks. They was just pulling up. We was all just pulling up, folks. And mind you, folks, that shit, I went and seen folks' body on BD. When I pulled up, the police had that shit blocked off and shit. But they had yellow tape. We was all kind of close to the body, but they had it blocked off, like the tape around, like, well, you couldn't really walk up. They was letting the immediate family walk up. So when I pull up, I walk right over there to where his mama and Thang and Trigger and Christian and all of them was standing at. On BD, his girl, all of them was standing right there. So the police tried to stop me and shit. And Damo and Trigger and them dead. He tell them, like, no, that's my son. Woo woo. They get on the police ass and shit on BD. So I'm standing right there. I see folks on LA grade, like, see them, folks. They was just finna start moving them, folks. They put them on the stretcher, folks, put the black bag over them, folks, and put them in the car and rolled off, folks. Then the fire department came and cleaned all the blood off, folks. That shit just hit me, folks. I ain't even gonna lie, folks. This life should be real, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this life should be real, folks, on LA grade, folks. When they pulled off, folks, when the fire department pulled off, folks, we went right there and stood exactly where he got killed. That folks' blood was still right there, folks. Like, you know, a little bit of his blood was still right there on the street, folks. That shit really was real, folks. Seeing M-Thang mama, folks. M-Thang mama had 5 or 6 sons, folks. She got 2 now. She done buried multiple sons, folks. M-Thang and Trigger had hella brothers, folks. Just them 2 now. They got 1 sister, bro. She done watched 3 of her brothers die. I mean, just buried 3, 4 of her brothers, bro. And that shit was real, bro. They mama was out there crying so bad, bro. I feel so sorry for Mama Tammy, folks. Like, that shit made me sad as hell. I ain't even gonna lie, folks. That shit made me sad as hell. I ain't even gonna lie, folks. I was like, damn, folks. I don't never want to put my mama through this, bro. Like, it just put me in a bad position, folks. Cause it's like, as she was crying, I could hear the hurt, the pain in her cry. Like, she buried her sons already. She been doing good. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, this shit just didn't happen to her again, folks. They did. I could tell he was grieving on the inside, but on the outside, he was acting like it didn't faze him. For I know whenever he went where he went for, I know that shit broke Big Chris down, folks. And that shit just made me so sad. Like, man, I can't put my father through this. Nigga, Damo's son was out there. And the look on his face, folks, it's just like, this is what turns shorties up, folks. Imagine Damo's son, like 11 or 12, folks. This is what pushed niggas into that route you don't want them to go in, bro.
The scary part about being an OG is you don't always know who the ops are anymore. These shorties grew up watching the older guys diss their fathers and cousins, and now they grown. They looking to catch a face card just to get some clout under their name. You look at a kid and see a shorty. He looks at you and sees a trophy. Police got 0 suspects, but the streets whispering about a clout chase or a backdoor play. Either way, 600 lost a pillar. On phone now. 34 years of dodging lead just to get caught in an alley at 5 in the morning. Rest up, Domo. Say hello to D-Thang for us. June 17th, 2025. Usually, when we talk about a legend from the trenches, we talk about a striker pulling up or walk down. But for this soldier, the end didn't come from a switch, it came from a crash. Wookie, a high-level face card from MOB, also known as Scrap Gang, passed away after a brutal car wreck. Now, for them who don't know, MOB and 600 had been at a blood war for over a decade. They were neighbors on 59th, Wabash versus Calumet, only 4 blocks apart, but it might as well have been 1,000 miles. Wookie was a walking miracle. For sure, back in 2012, he was posted in Tay City on 71st and Vincennes, an op stronghold. The hardware started barking, and his homie 10 Melly was scorned right there. Wookie caught a headshot, a missile to the dome that should have ended him, but he survived. He was a veteran who walked the earth with a reminder of the war etched into him. Tay 600 even talked about it on the net, remembering how MOB would come through blowing. Tay said they had big toys, hardware so heavy it was knocking bricks off the houses. They had a roster of killers, Scrap, Dusky, Lil Sean, Beans. They was 600K heavy for a reason.
Right, hit the corner. We all try to take off running back the other way. All you is. Dudes start quaking that bitch on Steve's MOB, folks. I seen the shooter. I know who the shooter is. I'm just not gonna say the shooter on Steve. They instantly get the clapping on voting. They instantly get the toasting at the whole crowd on LA Gray. Our whole crew, we get the on phone, them whole gang get the on Steve, motherfuckers hitting gates, hopping over, shit, all type of shit on Steve. We trying to get up out of it on Billy, they clapping. Just blowing, I'm hitting them bitches. Them bitches was flying past my ear on Steve. I'm damn, they finna kill me. I'm finna die. I just remember thinking that shit for like the whole town running. I'm hitting them bitches. Them bitches was sounding like an episode of Wanted on phone them the movie. That shit was getting at it. Them bitches was flying past my ear. I'm finna get shot in the face. For them great, them bitches. I'm trying not to even turn my head. I'm just running straight, praying on, just black out, because I know I'm gonna be running there. You stop running. I forgot they fajita tapped on phone. So I'm just running. I'm just knowing them bitches finna get this. So I'm just running.
When Scrap was taken 12 years ago, the dissing from 600 was over the top, bogus energy. But Wookie stayed 10 toes bound through all of it. He was part of a set that was catching lead constantly, but somehow they just kept surviving. It's the irony of the rack. You survive a headshot from your rivals. You survive the big toys and the switches, just to lose it all to a concrete barrier in 2025. On Phonem, the war might be over for him, but the history is written in the pavement. Rest up, Wookie. Scrap Gang forever. October 25th, 2025, 3 p.m., the 31st in South St. Louis block. Usually when you chop off the head of the snake, the rest of the body falls apart. We seen it with Vaughn, we seen it with Duck. And on this Saturday afternoon in Little Village, the industry and the streets both felt the ground shake. Devonshea Collier, known to the world as THF Bezoo, was caught in an ambush that looked like a scene from a movie. Bezoo was a legendary savage, a face card signed to OTF and tight with Dirk and Vaughn since the Sandbox. He'd survived the feds, survived murder charges, and survived the trenches for 35 years. But in the Rock, your past is a ghost that never stops walking. Surveillance footage leaked almost instantly, showing the brutal reality. 2 strikers ran up on Bezoo and 2 others in a parking lot. They didn't bark from a distance, they got close. For sure, they were looking to make sure the job was finished. Bezoo was schooned multiple times, catching missiles to the head, abdomen, and back. He was rushed to Mount Sinai in critical condition, but by Sunday morning, a legend was officially etched into the concrete. Now, who would take a risk this big? The streets are whispering Bashville, a BD set from 71st and Wabash. The word is, this was a heavy get-back for a member named Man, who allegedly lost his life after taking out THF TP.
Kill your baby mama and you ain't did nothing to your ops. Remember in the front of one, he got that get back for that watch. And the ops ain't do it but dissing like they did that to the top. And I'm in love with the streets.
Other rumors say it was BTBG looking for balance for Lil Deuce. Either way, it's a massive L for the city. Seeing Bezoo go after Duke and Youngin makes it feel like a whole era is being deleted in real time. The OGs keep telling the youngins to get out, but the gravity of the South Side just keeps pulling them back into the low. As the saying goes, once the game is over, all the pieces go back in the box. On Phonem, you can be a king, you can be a general, but you're never bigger than the pavement. Rest up, THF Bezoo. The city is officially on fire.
You locked in with Hood Edition. That was just part one, but we barely scratching the surface. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned for part two. It's loading up right now. For sure. We out.